Hi, my name is Alex Carlucci with Gustan Cho Associates. I want to talk to you today about what's called no overlays. We have no overlays here at Gustan Cho. What is an overlay? So some of you guys are Googling this, so some of you know, because you've been denied by a bank. Like for example, a big bank might say you're 52 DTI, this is an FHA loan, can't go over 50. So then you as a client will Google FHA maximum debt to income ratios, DTI, and you see that it's 56.999. And then you call back your bank and say, well, here's the guideline, debt to income ratio is 56.999. And then they'll say, well, we have an overlay, we don't go over 50%. So the reason banks put overlays on these rules that FHA or VA or conventional put out is because they want less riskier files, and that's their prerogative to do that. It's their money, they can do whatever they want. But FHA and Fannie Mae and VA will accept what their guidelines state. And we have investors for every guideline, so we can cover every rule that's in the book. Sometimes there's combinations that we can't get them all fit into one, but most of the time we can say we have no overlays. Now, if it's 5 overlays, then we might have a bank that will accept 4 of them, but not all 5, because all investors have some kind of overlays. Some banks say if you're below 640 credit score, you can't have gift funds. Some say, we go over 50 DTI only if you got this credit score. So everybody's got some kind of rule, but if it's 1 rule, I can go to a different bank. If it's 2 rules, I got banks that'll do those 2. But sometimes you get 5 or 6 overlays that other banks won't do. Sometimes I might run into a brick wall, but it's very, very rare that we have that problem. So I just want to make that disclosure in case someone calls me and says, well, you said no overlays. Well, we don't have any overlays for that. But when you put all 5 of those combinations together, that is a little trickier because the banks have one of those each, so they all keep one kind of overlay. Now, another example of an overlay that we do that other banks don't do is the VA. If you got $20,000, $30,000 in collections and you don't have a payment plan for those collections, some banks want you to pay those collections off in full. We don't. We will do a credit supplement and verify what the payments are. And if there's no payments, then we'll hit you for 0. That's one of the strongest overlays that we get a lot of business for, because banks don't want those collections dangling out there because they think they might turn into some kind of judgment down the road. But the VA doesn't say that in their guidelines, so we do it. Again, the debt to income ratio is another overlay. Another overlay is like if a person's in a Chapter 13 loan, bankruptcy, we do those loans. It's called a manual underwrite. 95% of the banks won't do it, but it's not in the guidelines. FHA and VA says you can do a loan while you're in a Chapter 13 if you fit certain guidelines. And we do those loans. And FHA will go down to 500 credit score. If you got a 500 credit score and you fit the manual underwriting or get an approved eligible, we'll do it. Now, some banks say they want a 620 credit score minimum. That's an overlay. That's not what the guidelines say. So, and again, with conventional, we have some rules too. So all of our products, we have an outlet that covers these overlays that banks like to put on because they want their portfolio cleaner. Even though FHA is guaranteeing their loan with mortgage insurance, even though Fannie Mae is going to buy the loan from them, it's not their risk anymore. They just don't want to have a scorecard that has loans that had performed bad in the past, and they just want to have that for their portfolio, that they're less risky, investors. So if someone's got $10 million and they want to be a private client of some bank, that they know that they're not going to be risky with their money, because maybe it could hurt them somehow in some kind of credit risk system where they had too many risky loans and their credit risk might be lower. But we have an outlet for all these overlays. So if you've been denied by a bank and they say it's because of an overlay, give us a call. Now, if you've been denied by a bank and they didn't say it's because of an overlay, that doesn't mean it wasn't because of an overlay. Still give us a call. We do things, we solve puzzles here, not only just in overlays, we solve puzzles where other loan officers at these other banks or mortgage companies just don't have the experience to figure out. So give us a shot. I'm not saying we're gonna do anything, but we do a lot of things that a lot of people can't figure out because that's where we live. We live in the complicated area. It's a very hard job that we do, but we help people get into homes, and that's what makes it feel good. So please give us a call. My phone number is 630-915-7550, and please hit subscribe and like. It helps us help you. Thank you.